now, and in this one we are going to paint this lady. This one we have here, that is a rock trader, is the second one for the Blackstone Forte that was coming in the in expansion. So I'm going to go for a different color scheme. I will combine greenish and purples, and then the armor. I think I will go for some gold armor to have some contrast. So let's start with the face. Okay, the only flesh we have visible is here, and I will go for quite a pale tone. So I will use kissless flesh to do this part. Still wondering or thinking how to do. I know how to do the trousers and other parts. Very clear on how to do parts of the armor, but not really on all the color schemes. So it's going to be a little bit on the fly some colors. Okay, we're going to paint this. Okay, and this is the only, I think it's the only visible flesh of this lady. Next I'm going to do the trousers, and I think I will go for at the end I will go for a greenish color. So I will use raspberry. Because I think this will have a nice contrast with the purple that I want to do on the cape. Maybe I will do some diplomatic straps. Again, this lady remind me a little bit the dark elf that also have I will say artificial leg or cat leg that was as well a very pointy. Okay, we're going to put this there. Then we have to look. I want to look how this evolves. Okay. Let's do it like that. It's quite a curious combination, this lady, of clothing and armor. Okay, and next I'm going to use Shadow's Purple, and I will do the jacket. Okay, I want to see how, because one is the inside of the jacket is quite difficult to access, so this is what I'm doing at the beginning, and I think I will do darker details at the end. So I will take Shadow's Purple. I'm using Shadow's Purple because then I want to wash it with a deep purple and have a darker color. I want to go for quite a dark purple at the end. So we thin it down. We're going to go very carefully here, okay? You can see I go very thin. So that way I'm already starting to pop up. Here you go, I went a little bit too thin, so take some water. this part as well. So I'm going to apply Shearer's Purple on the jacket, and I will be back for the next step. Next step, I'm going to apply a wash, right? I want to do a purple wash to make it darker on the cape. Okay, and I'm going to use the Bachi Violet. Any dark purple wash will do the job. Okay, it's the one I have, so it's the one I use. The point here is washes on these flat surfaces or clothes will not make the best, but as there is the engrave in the inside, it will help me to pop up the engrave. I try to avoid the trousers. The trousers I want to differentiate. I don't want. You can wash this grayish with purple, and you will have a very nice color. But I want to go for a different tonality. This is why I try to avoid it. And I do it now, because later on I want to paint the armor, and I want to avoid that applying the wash and dirtying the armor by mistake. Okay. So, especially in these parts here that are more difficult access. Okay, and this one here, in case we dirty the trousers, we are still on time to clean up. As you can see, I use quite a big brush. This will help to load the brush nicely, and if you see that this starts pulling out, I remove. I don't want to do my shade, it's more to make darker. You can see here I go over the details. I don't care too much. The important is to have a nice even application of the wash. Okay, here we go. We apply it, and now we wait that this dries before doing any further step. Each time I apply a wash, I really like not to touch the miniature until the wash is fully dry, or even painting something that is very far from where I applied the wash, that is quite dry, right? Sometimes. Okay, I'm just now checking that I don't miss. Sorry, it went a little bit out. I'm not missing any part. So yeah, now we wait that this dry, and I come back for the next step. So this is how it looks like now, the purple. Okay, you see it's much darker. We need to clean up later on. We will do the highlights. I just wanted to do that to make it darker. And now I'm going to apply a speed metal from scale 75 on all the armor plates. This is a very thin, a very nice plate with a very thin pigment. I like it a lot. Okay, maybe it's one of my favorite paints, and I like this more than the paints from, in that case, from Games Workshop. Okay, and I like a lot the Games Workshop paints, but in that case, I will say I prefer this one. And I will apply this on all the parts where I'm going to use, when I'm going to do gold or very bright silver. Okay, so this means mainly the armor plates and this thing, I don't know how this is called in English, the leg, the artificial leg. Okay, I was expecting in the 41 millennium that they will have better prostheses, but I guess she wants to be badass and prefers to have a spike instead of a leg. Okay, so I'm going to do this on all the armor plates. So this includes this one. I like a lot the design of this armor. Okay, I don't think it's more like a ceremonial armor really than a functional armor, because yeah, you go with half body armor or just I guess we'll have some type of field, but but on the other side I love the aesthetic, so I don't care too much. To be fair, on the 40K I don't care too much on the functionality, I care more about the awesomeness of the design, right? And this is one, since I saw this miniature, maybe it's my favorite Rock Trader, more than the original one, the man, that I also like a lot. I like a lot the Rock Traders and the Inquisitors, so, but I think I like more the Rock Traders. I'm really enjoying them. So I will apply this speed metal on all the armor plates, and I will be back for the next step. Next step, I'm going to use a contrast to make the gold. Okay, we are going to use a snake bite leather, and we are going to apply this on all the parts where we want gold, and previously we have applied the speed metal. Okay. So this is a very nice way to do gold. It gives a very nice contrast, and you will see here that in the case that we have this nice engrave, we will have a nice gold from the beginning. Okay, try not to put too much. Okay, and you can see that we have a nice gold already shaded with this. Okay, I'm going to do it on the whole armor. Okay, I will try to avoid very dark parts. I realized I forgot some parts, but that's not a problem. Forgot the elbow protection, but I will leave it. I will do the whole armor gold. It's quite normal that you can forget something. If that is the case, remind to do it later on. I forgot here the elbow protection. I did this, the protection on the arm, but I forgot the back. Okay, and now you will see on the mask. We're going to have it really works very well, this technique, to make gold, and since I have this contrast, I've been using it quite a lot. With quite interesting results. Okay, so I will do that, and then I will correct any mistake that I have done, and I will be back for the next step. So this is how it looks like when we have applied the snake bite leather on the silver. You can see that looks quite a nice gold. We will need to clean up and do some work, but this is normal. Now I'm going to do a wash on the trousers, and I will use Drakenhof Nightshade, okay, to increase the blue tonality on it. So we're going to take this brush. We try to be careful not to go into the gold or the purple, okay? Especially the gold. If you go into the purple, it's not going to be a problem, because the blue and purple will, this blue will not be too visible on purple. Okay, but on the gold you will make a green effect, right? Because the top of the gold will do like greenish, will look dirt. Here we have a challenging part. In case we make a mistake, we will need to go gold on top again. dries. Here, okay. While we wait this, we are going to work now on the skin and do a second, a wash on the skin. I'm going to use regular flake shade. I'm going to apply this. On the skin. See, the first time I did the skin, I forgot the neck. I just did the correction after doing the gold. We have some. The only problem I have with the snap-on miniatures is that you have to snap them because if you want interesting connections, but then on the other side there are parts that are of difficult access. Okay. And here is where I will work on the gloves, and I will work for white gloves. I'm going to use white glove. I'm going to use apothecary white, but you know it's a grey in reality. Right? We're going to apply this. I realize I should have that. Okay, that's not the problem. We apply that. Because I also want to apply this on the pistols. Sorry, not this one, the one, okay. So here I should have done first a better layer of white. Okay, we are going to correct this later on. I'll do it here. Primer was, and this will not cover well the red, so we'll need to do some work there. It is not going to be a problem. We can use Celeste Gray later on. Okay. And now I will do this type of decoration of thing that she's wearing. Something like that. I see that the bell will be difficult access later on, so I'm going to do now the bell, and I will use a dark brown for that. So I will use Rhino Height. Okay. To do the bell and the pocket here. And I will do as well the scarf of the sword. purple in the decoration, then we are going to do the filigree later on. Okay, so I'm going to apply now this dark brown, and I will be back for the next step. Next step, I'm going to use heavy metal from scale 75. Iron breaker will do a well the job here, but yeah, I wanted to test this one. Heavy metal is quite similar to iron breaker or the old ball gum metal, and we're going to apply this on the wire, so I will need to shake it a little bit more. Okay. Likely we will need to do a couple of layers. I will not be too concerned if I go on top of the wire that goes next to the corrugate. Here the point is to cover well the corrugate tube. Okay, so we are going to apply 2 layers of this, and I'm back. So this how looks like when we have applied 2 layers of heavy metal. And now I'm going to do the boot. I will use Zygor Brown to do that. This is another contrast paint. I like a lot contrast because it gives me a shade and base color at once if you have the right prime, right? The only thing is you have to be careful not to dirten where you want to apply the surface, where you want to apply the contrast, because the contrast is not covering well. So if you have any mistake, as I did on the white, it will be visible and you will need to correct it later on. You can see here I go with quite a thick layer. I find Zygor Brown is a very nice brown to do leather shoes, even belts, but well excels is when you want to do leathery things. If you follow my channel, or is Zygor Brown or Woolwood Brown, the one I used to do the jacket of the White Dwarf. Okay, you can see here it's done. Next I'm going to do the feathers. Here on the feathers I'm still hesitating which color to go. And I think I will try this one again. Magus Purple. I will do both feathers on the same color. You will see the Magus Purple, it's more for my taste pinkish than purple at the end once it's applied. But I will say, you see how nice, just in one go, how nicely it works and will give. I think it's at the end I'm very happy how it looks like. So I think I will be very happy how these feathers will look like and not contrasting with the rest of the miniature. I'm trying to combine to keep the warm color for the gold, and then the rest it's more on the cold spectrum, right? Even this, the purples. This purple is a little bit more warmer because have more magenta, but anyway, looks nice. Let's go for another warm color. We are going to use Skeleton Horde, another contrast. Okay, and we're going to do the skulls. This is one thing I was hesitating, is to do the gloves also in the same warm white, but at the end I decided to keep the cold for the rock trader itself. Here I get confused. So the metal is visible, like, okay, I'll do it like that. need to work to have a nice contrast between the gold and the skull. That will leave like that. Okay. Now we do the other skull. This miniature, it's quite interesting with these servo skulls. This is the reloading one. Okay. I'm going to do the handle. I will use Agarose Dunes to do the handle of the sword. And I think with that we're going to have all the base colors we want, and we can start working on the highlights. I missed this one there. I will paint this with Retributor Armor. Okay. The handle. But before, I will paint this with Retributor Armor. Have like a small plate here. Okay, nicely. I think I like a lot how. Now we can use the same Retributor Armor to clean up a little bit the gold. Okay, I'm going to use the same Retributor Armor to give more shiny on the gold and clean up. So I will keep the recesses with the shape we already have, but I'm going to apply Retributor Armor, especially where I see that is a little bit dirty, the previous layer. I'm going to apply it to make it cleaner and shinier. For example, here you can see that it's too much. I will go with Retributor Armor on top. It's like a wash at the end, the contrast. It's a very intense wash, but it has the same benefits and as well the same drawbacks as a wash. So you will have stains from time to time that you will need to clean up, but on the other side is popping up all the engraves and things that are the sculpt. So I use almost, I apply them almost like a thick ink, and that's all. So assuming that I will need to clean up after applying it. Or at least in some points I will need to clean up. If I don't want a dull and in a way a dirty aspect of the armors or the metal. But you can see that Retributor Armor and this Nightbag leather on top of a light silver, they reach almost the same tonality. This is why you can use Retributor Armor to clean up. Okay, here we are. Clean. There. I have to do the wire, but first I will do another step. So I will wait a little bit until all these paints dry and I'm back. Okay, next step, what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply the Glyph Charger on all the metallic parts. This will give a very nice blue shading and will make it look more silvery and more steel and less iron. Okay, So let me show you. We have two tonalities of silver. Okay, you can see. We need to not do too much. Okay. This will give a very interesting shading on the metallics. So I'm using, of course, this is a contrast paint, but you can see the contrast paint I use on metallics can give some interesting results. Okay, so here we see I'm going to do the pistol. Okay, I'm going to do here a bit of the pistol and one of the tubes. As I said, this is the pre-work. Then from here we will do the highlights and so on. Okay. You can see what it looks like. Okay. And now we do, for example, this tube here. And I want to do as well these parts. Okay. We'll do all the metallics except the gold, of course. Okay, each time when I say metallics, I always mean the silvery iron steel parts. Okay, I want to give to all. And this is why I was hesitating at the beginning if I was doing the armor more silvery with this or gold. And at the end, I think we will have this nice contrast between these tubes. Okay, you can see. Give a very interesting shading. It's less. So normally there is a new way I find to do metals. Okay, you can. I was used to do it with directly with neon oil, but I think this color gives a very interesting finishing, especially if you want to go. So I still use neon oil. If I want more a dirty look, more iron looking, especially more ancient metal, and I think this will give more futuristic type of metallic. Okay, like if it's a different type of alloy. Okay, so I will finalize this. I will do this on the other pistol, and I'm back for the next step. So this is how they look. Okay, and I think here is a good point to stop this first part, and I will come with the second part. Now it's about 30 something minutes, almost 40 I think, and I think in the second part will be more or less the same, and I prefer to split because now here is a good moment. We have done all the shading, all the base colors, and now we are ready to start working on the details. So on the second part we will start with the highlights and the work on this lady. So I hope you have enjoyed so far the tutorial to this point. I hope you like what you see here, and you can see now how the metallic tubes are looking much better. So that's all for now. Please give a like if you have liked this video, subscribe if you didn't subscribe it. Comment below, let me know what do you think about the paint job so far. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.